People who wake up at 5 a.m. daily. Why? Work. Do you think I'm doing this on purpose? My job is an hour away and I still need about an hour to cry in the shower. Can't you save time by crying during your commute? You'd think so, but my commute is when I get to yell really loud and I can't cry and yell. Ya feel? Yeah, the bus driver hates me for that too. I ride an electric bike so people think I'm a little quirky riding around screaming, but it's okay. It's the anger that is powering the bike. As a teenager I could sleep all weekend. From about 30 I never needed an alarm clock as I would always wake up before I needed to. At around 40 I started waking up around 0630 and it gets earlier every year. I'm now almost 60 and am generally awake around 0430 and up and running by 0500 regardless of how late I go to bed. If this trend continues I will be getting up before I've gone to bed. There are times like weekends when I wish I could sleep in, but overall I enjoy being up early. Sunrise, coffee and peace are nice. Can't help it. I naturally wake up around then. I like it tbh. Everyone else is mostly asleep too, so it's a peaceful way to enjoy a coffee and wake up at your pace. This is so true. Early morning is really the best time of day. Most people aren't up and about then. The night people have gone to bed, and the day people haven't woken up yet. Perfect. And when the dawn is mine alone, the sun to savor on my own, I pause a while in perfect bliss, and know that life was made for this. My cat politely lays on my neck until I wake up. My cat practices an Olympic-level vault routine with my chest as the springboard. My cat does hurdles, with his track being my entire body, my bedside table, and a bit of floor. While on the table, he usually knocks at least one thing down, until nothing is left but the lamp. If I don't get up, this can continue for up to an hour. Holy shit, same. My cat knows knocking something off the bedside table gets my attention. He usually starts with the chapstick. Then he goes to the other side of the bed, making sure that my chest is graced with the weight of all four paws on the way, and it's usually the TV remote next. Sometimes tissue box. The final straw is either my phone or whatever book I'm reading. When I finally get up after trying to sleep in, first step is picking up all the shit. Step 2 is feeding the heathen. Shit needs doing. There ain't no rest for the wicked, money don't grow on trees, I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed, there ain't nothing in this world for free. No, I can't slow down, I can't hold back though, you know. I wish I could. There ain't no rest for the wicked, till we close our eyes for good. I don't know how many friggin' times I watched the opening cinematic to the Borderlands game, but that song was one of the reasons for it. Now get off my bus. Laughing face. Dog can't seem to understand we sleep in on the weekends. Workout before work. Yep, 530 workout class before the day starts is the only way I seem to be able to tackle exercise, work and kids successfully in one day. Is tackling kids as fun as it sounds? More often than not, it's the kid tackling me actually. By 6:30 a.m. there is already gridlock on the way to work. I go in early and get off early, beating the rush hour traffic both ways. Back in the 70s in Toronto, rush hour started at 7. My dad would leave the house at 6:30, and I caught a ride with him, as my high school was downtown. It was great. Get to school at 7 a.m. No one else is there. Go into one of the study rooms, did all my homework, and waited for my friends to show up around 8. My mom works in healthcare and there was a brief time when she would drop us off at school before 7 a.m. because she had to go to work after that, and the campus was always barren and cold and foggy. The principal and administrators would roll in around like 7:30. School didn't start until 8:30. I remember one morning, the principal asked me, "Isn't there a way to get dropped off later?" I was just perplexed, thinking, no, my mom has a job she needs to get to. Do you think we have a fucking nanny or something? My mom's a doctor and when she was on call sometimes I'd have to get dropped off pretty early. The principal said the same thing to me too. I was like, my guy, the first am 12 and there isn't a bus. What else am I supposed to do? If the principal was really a pal, he'd have given you a key and told you where the break room is. Kids. I'm a light sleeper and naturally wake up from light. Also, once I'm awake, it's very difficult for me to fall back to sleep. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower. My gluttonous fucking cat. I had this problem. Bought an automatic feeder, no more screaming to be fed. However, my cat now just comes in the bedroom and screams after he eats, instead of before. Why? Unclear. Either way, I'd say it buys me maybe an extra 7 minutes of uninterrupted sleep lol. She does the screaming after eating thing too. I've recorded it and played it to vets. They say if there are no other signs of distress, she's just doing it. Because she's upset there is no more food and or she wants post-food attention. Which would be fine if I weren't trying to get those last 2 critical hours. My favorite is when my cat announces she just pooped. I don't know if she's yelling to make me clean her litter box, if she feels better, or she's just proud of it. Lol, mine does that too. He comes and stares at me and meows, like, ahem, my poop needs scooped thank you. He also sometimes races parkours around the house afterwards. We call it poophoria. I have more time to fuck around. Yeah, but what time of the day do you find out? Late morning, occasionally lunch. Rest of the day is coping. This might be a joke, but it is truly how my life goes. Trying to avoid finding out right now. There's a small human that pokes me in the eye and says, "Mommy up," until I get up and make her toast. I'm up at 5 o'clock anyway, 4:30 this morning, but I have a friend with 2 kids who needs to sleep in on weekends. She'd put out bowls of dry cereal, with pre-portioned milk in plastic ramekins, with lids, in the fridge. Hope that helps. The best thing was when my kids, now 8 and 10, figured out last year or so that they could make their own goddamn toaster waffles with peanut butter on the weekends. That plus video games meant more sleep. However, we've decided to go no screens for the kids all month, except cartoons in the morning, family movie night in the evening. And I'm realizing just how much the video games were contributing to the newfound sleeping in. But after a week my kids are nicer and more calm, even if they are waking up at ~30 in the morning. We noticed that especially video games really negatively impacted our oldest's behavior and general attitude. Middle child can game all day. Not that we let that happen, and be fine, but for the oldest even an hour or 2 can be too much. My whole family is still, into cooking. I may as well have been conceived and born in the kitchen lol. Our parents taught us the super basic, and safer things that we could cook. At the age of 6, we were making pancakes, Dutch babies, scrambled eggs, and oatmeal. French toast came around age 7 or 8. Did we burn, cut ourselves, scorch food, and make huge messes all while supervised? Yep. Did we learn that it sucks to be burned, to not pay attention to the cooking food and that big kitchen messes are terrible to clean up? Yep. I thank my parents so much for gifting all of that knowledge early on. Made their life easier too, of course. Caveat to all of this is that my mother was bedridden for nearly my entire childhood, and Dad was only available in the evenings because he worked 12 to 14 hours days to make up for the missing income. So we kinda had to learn self-sufficiency in the mornings at an early age, at least in some capacity. I work for a living and my job requires I be there by 6 a.m. And I work for a living big mistake, all around terrible decision. Seriously, my wife does this. Up at 4 most mornings. Personally, I'm useless if I don't get my 17 hours of sleep. I get up at 5:30. I can have most of my day done by 8 a.m. when normal people get up, meaning I can get things done a lot quicker. Since nobody else is about to interrupt or distract. On days off I do the same. The gym is dead, Starbucks is dead, I can have all my housework etc. done by 8 a.m. when I have breakfast, and then the day is mine to do whatever I want with. I put endless stock in peace. Everything is peaceful at 6 a.m. Nothing is peaceful at 9:30. No chaos for the day, the day becomes peaceful. The way I brew my coffee and make a morning smoothie takes a bit of time, and I like to watch the sun rise. I've witnessed more spectacular sunrises than sunsets.